I'm just so back. Okay, so uh, I don't actually know. There was so much more that I want to talk about that game specifically. So let's call this part two, but I'm gonna make this more broad, so it's not just. So it's not just about the Dortmund versus Bayern game, but it's just in general so far how I feel our season has gone, with a lot of undertones that are specifically directed at the Dortmund versus Bayern game. So take it with a grain of salt, everything I'm saying, but I'm talking about the whole season and that game in particular, because it kind of identifies and it kind of symbolizes our whole entire season. So start off with I like what I saw from Gnabry in that game against Dortmund, and it really shows you how each of our wingers, not the morning sun, the evening sun is kind of hitting me right now, but it kind of shows you how each of our wingers are completely different, all unique, all of their own strengths, and at the end of the day, all bring a different dynamic. Even when they come into the game, they all bring a different dynamic. You've got the likes of Coman, who is amazing at dribbling, probably our best dribbler in the team. He is. I really should have picked a different route to walk, but because the cars usually just the quiet route, but suddenly it's so loud with all the cars driving past. But like, you've got the likes of Coman, who is probably our best dribbler, but maybe this season obviously a little bit different, but usually, damn it, these cars, usually he lacks the clinical. He lacks the clinical side of the thing, the productivity. He'll get. He'll get. He'll do everything right until the final ball, is what I usually always said, and it's not. He's been very productive this season, but like in general, I need to see that over 2-3 seasons before I can say definitively that those woes are behind him. Then you've got Sane, who I think is the complete opposite. Usually he's very, very good at dribbling too, but this season it hasn't really worked out for him that well. The one thing that I can say about him is that Sane's productivity has been extremely, extremely high. You look at the assist that he got for Lewandowski. That was a terrible. Well, all right, it was debatable whether that was. Let me find a spot to sit in. It was debatable whether that was a good. Whether that was good defending. I'd say it's more so bad defending in Sane. He did what he had to do, but I feel like overall it just wasn't that great defending. But I can get over that, to be completely honest, because that just kind of is his gameplay. Where even when he doesn't look that great, although again I did feel like after the 30th, honestly after the 20th minute, he really, really improved dramatically, not just offensively but defensively too. But I mean, that's just kind of highlights kind of player that he is. Where even when he's not having the best of times, he is still producing, he's still creating. He's still getting the assists. He's still getting the goals. And at the end of the day, that's kind of all you want from him. So I look at it, I'm like, yeah, all right, you know what, fair enough, Sané. That assist really, and that game really shows, how you've been doing this season. Which is kind of funny considering I felt like at the beginning of the season, before his injury, he was actually the opposite. Where I felt like, he is actually being very much influential on the game without the assists and the goals. He got goals and assists at the beginning as well, but I felt like his overall play was a lot better. And then obviously he had that nosedive and form, call it what you want. But I feel like since then he's really, in the year 2021, he's really, really impressed me, to be completely honest. Then you've got Gnabry, who's got that one-track mind: get the ball, try and shoot. Get the ball, try and assist. So his is more about. I'd say his is the most effective. Maybe not the most productive, but the most effective. Because you look at it and you're just like, okay, this guy, he's basically like an inverted striker. He's basically like the second striker, right? The third striker, I guess, if you count Müller. I don't know if you would count him or not. But that's essentially what his role is. And you look at that and you're like, out of those three, if I was still playing football, which I haven't in a few years now, damn it. Once things get back, I will get back to like joining a team or something. But like, actually, you know the YouTube channel Stretford Paddock, the Manchester United football channel, fan channel. Their team actually plays like 2 minutes from where I live. So I think I might actually join. It was kind of funny. I'm joining a Manchester United fan channel's football team. Kind of funny, but I might do that. I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, like I'm just thinking. If I was a defender, you say 15 years ago, right? If I was a defender, which of these players would I least like to defend against? And honestly, I'm thinking Gnabry. If I was a defender, the one I'd least like to defend against is Gnabry, because he's the most simple, which makes him the most dangerous. The reason why, like against Coleman, I know, okay, this guy, he likes to dribble, so don't commit until the very last moment. Because if people that are very good at dribbling, their whole thing is that they want you to move first and then act on that. So okay, I can't commit here, but because he's got so much pace, you also need to be one step ahead, which is why you kind of like delay your reactions until the very last moment. Against someone like Sané, I feel like you've got to be physical. Against someone like Sané, you got to be more physical than anything. I'm going to say physical, I don't mean like foul or anything, but I feel like you got to be more proactive. Whereas with like Coleman, you kind of like back up, you wait and wait. With Sané, you got to be in his face. You got to be like, okay, no, I'm getting that ball off you. I'm frustrating you. That's what I'm doing. But with Gnabry, the issue is that Gnabry is so simple-minded. But like, okay, I get the ball, I run. I get the ball, I try and shoot. That like, you have to almost intercept the ball getting to him. But like, once he has it, it's so difficult because he's got the pace. Well, yeah, he's got the pace, mostly the acceleration. He's got the acceleration. And he combines that with a great shot, which is the issue. Because like, him having the pace means that he can go on your right, for example, or he can cut inside on your left and shoot. So with the likes of like Gnabry, you have to be both, which is the annoying thing. Like you have to be proactive at some times. When he cuts in, you have to be proactive, but when he like goes on the outside, you have to be more reactive. So like, whereas with the other two, you can kind of like a game plan. With Gnabry, you just gotta feel that situation, which makes him the most difficult. But like, it also makes him, I would say personally, the easiest to double team. It makes him the easiest to double team because if you have someone that's on the inside, then you can focus fully on the outside. So like, it makes him a lot easier to defend against if you have good teammates. But in terms of a 1v1, I would say he's the most threatening. That's my take. In terms of a 1v1, I would say he is the most threatening, or he's the one that I would at least like to defend against personally. Midfielders. Goretzka. Let's talk a little bit about Goretzka. Shoot, let's talk about all areas of the field then. So Goretzka has been fantastic. Like, you can definitely see the difference when Goretzka is playing and when he's not playing. And obviously he complements Kimmich perfectly, I must admit. But the thing also you have to take into consideration is this. Goretzka this season has really chipped in with the goals and the assists in crucial moments. Again, the 3-2 versus Dortmund obviously being a very clear example. But another example I can think of is this is odd. So it does seem like they're building something here. So I'll show you something. So this place right here, like right outside my house, and it looks like they're building something, which is actually kind of annoying because about 2 to 3 years ago, I wanted to buy that building, and start a restaurant here. But back then they were kind of in limbo, so they didn't know whether they wanted to sell it or whether to keep it. But now it seems like it's been sold to someone else, so that's a bit frustrating. Anyway, Goretzka. He comes in with clutch goals, or clutch assists, or clutch moments. You think back and you look back to the Sevilla game, what's called the European Super Cup. He got the goal. You look back to the Dortmund game, he got the winning goal. Even in the first Dortmund game, wasn't it him that initiated the counter that then ultimately led to Sané's goal that won us the game? I think he won the ball of Haaland, and ultimately Haaland kind of like pushed him out, trying to track back. So like he always comes up in these clutch moments, which is why he's very much is our starter, alongside obviously Kimmich. And Kimmich, obviously, I don't really like football players. I'll be honest. Unlike most of you, like I know most of you, you care about the players so much. I don't care about them at all, to be completely honest. Like if the whole team were to leave right now, I wouldn't really mind because I don't really support the players. I support the team. But I'm looking at it, I'm just thinking like, Kimmich and Müller are like the only two players I can sort of say that I like. And there hasn't really been a footballer player that I really, really liked since like Robben, Ribery, and Lahm. Those three were the players that I truly looked up to and truly admired. But like, slowly, I don't know what it is with Müller. I think with Müller is more his mentality. And with Kimmich, it's the same thing, his mentality. And that's really the thing that I value the most. So like, those two players are the ones that I'm currently like, really like what I'm seeing. And Kimmich obviously has had a fantastic season. He's dropped off a little bit recently, but I'm okay with that considering that Goretzka has stepped up. So I don't mind those two playing the way they are, because I feel like if we have those two in the team as well as our front five, I guess, then we'll be very, very successful. Now let's talk very quickly about Neuer as well. Neuer, fantastic. There you go. At the defense, I quite like what I'm seeing from Süle, right? Like, if I'm being completely honest, we'll see. Obviously how long that progresses. We'll see. He's kind of playing for his contract as well, but he's sometimes turned into Süle-Dino. So I'm like, okay, fair enough. I can't complain at all. Davis has been great as well. Not as good. He's had some shaky moments, but he's been mostly tolerable as well. It's the centre backs that are the issue, but I'm actually not too worried. As I said, it's kind of like an off season for me. So the way I'm looking at it is like, it's very simple. If a centre backs can find some consistency, even if just for 1 month, I think we win the Champions League. And that's all it takes. Just 1 month of just like, okay, you know what? Let's not concede that many goals. Just 1 month of that, and we are fine. But yeah, just an overall view on our team, I guess. I'm about to reach home, so I kind of want to stop the video right here. So peace out, and